What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? It is patch day. It is a big patch day, so I wanted to cover everything. I know I've gone over a lot of this stuff, but I went over it in reaction form. I played the PTS for an entire night of Apollo, and then I played the next day the entire night when Scylla came out. So I got to see pretty much all the new tank items that are coming, 5 of them, by the way. I got to see Apollo Aspect, and then Scylla's not for 2 weeks from today, so we're not going to talk about that. There's a bunch of other item changes. Ooh, I just bit my tongue. A bunch of other item changes that are worth noting, and I think it's worth talking about, telling you my opinion, showing a little bit of gameplay, and just having you guys come into this patch today with some understanding of what you might be doing or want to do or whatever. So first of all, 5 new tank items. We have to talk about it. Tanks were OP for a month, 2 months. They got nerfed. Tank said, we suck now. We can't be played tanky, which was a lie. Everyone's just bald-faced lie. But Hi-Rez agreed that the late game for tanks did not scale the same as everyone else, and they wanted to scale a little bit better, so they added 5 new tank items. The first one does not apply to that scenario of scaling late game. It is a 2,150 gold AoE anti-heal that you use. It does a circle debuff. So you throw a circle out. If it hits somebody, it debuffs them for 6 seconds. And then every time they cast, you get 0.25 seconds off of your abilities. That sounds OP, but it's not. I use this item multiple times, and it just feels like a super bait item. You would have to hit 3 gods, and they would have to use all 4 of their abilities to get 3 seconds off of your cooldowns. There's items that do that already. Obviously not items with 400 HP, but realistically, it's a cheap, great item for health, but the passive is a bait, and you can just go Thieves. Combining this for a super HP build with Thieves might be a play. I really feel like this item is a bait. Obviously, test it. It seemed really, really bad when I used it on the PTS. So now onto the items that actually help you scale into the late game. Dwarven Plate, double 30 prots, and then you get 25 bonus prots of one type of protection, so magical or physical, and then 12.5 of the other. You get to decide. You swap. You can activate to swap whether you're getting 25 magical or 25 physical. That's a percentage of items. This is from items, not your flat prots. This is only the prots you're getting from items, not from abilities, not from base prots, just items. That's how all of these will work. Freya's Tears, 20 physical, 25 magical protections, 20 cooldown. This item I think is very, very strong. Every time you lose 25% health, you gain 15% protection. So basically, the lower you get, the more bonus protections you get. It only stacks twice. Twice is still a lot. You're at 50% HP. You're getting 30% bonus protections. This one doesn't state it, but I believe it's also from items. If it's not the troll, because that makes this the best one. Erosion, an anti-shield item for tanks. It's really just if shields are a super problem, or if some later gods come out that are shielding a lot, this will be an item to go. It also gives you 10% of your protections whenever it does the anti-shield proc. Draconic, I really like this item as well. So notice, you know, the pricing fairly up there for these later game items. 300 HP, you know, awesome stats. 20 of each prot, good stats. And then every time you take a tick of damage, you get 1 protection of both physical and magical, plus 2% bonus protections of what you have of your item protections. It ends up being somewhere around like 30 protections when you're full build or something like that. But if you pair this with an item like Freya's Tears or Dwarven, you get a lot of bonus protections. You scale late insanely well, and the base stats are just good. Like, these base stats are solid statted items. Definitely going to be building at least 1 in every tank build, probably 2, and it's more than likely going to be like a 4th, 5th, 6th item that you build. They're good. They felt good to build. It really made me feel tanky. I was running around on Hercules hitting like 400 prots or more with my passive, which is kind of crazy. Felt very unkillable if I was avoiding damage, and if I was getting hit by abilities, I ate a lot of abilities. It felt pretty dang good. So that's something you should know. They tweaked a lot of other items. The big ones to pay attention to. Hasten Fatalis is now back to 100% movement speed. Not bonus movement speed, but you know, you don't lose any movement speed while auto attacking. It gives you need 4 stacks to get there, so it's 25% a stack, right? I don't know why I just highlighted that. And then melee attacks give you 2 stacks. So 2 melee attacks on somebody will give you full hasten effect. 4 for range will give you full hasten. They did buff the attack speed, but they upped the cost. I don't know if I'm afraid of this on ADCs, but this will be a good item for Kali, and I'm sure that's why they brought it back, was mainly so people could enjoy old style Kali. That's what it seems like. If it ends up being OP on ADCs, I'll be sad. I just don't know where they'll fit it in their build, to be honest. Second note, Hasar's got 100 more HP and dropped in cost. This item is insanely good. It's just very, very expensive. They buffed Mystical Mail a little bit. Pharaoh's Curse. This is the other one I wanted to talk about. I think Pharaoh's Curse is going to be OP. This item's active now, so the AoE active it does is a debuff of 40% attack speed slow. They nerfed the duration by 2 seconds, but anybody hit by this are attacking 40% slower. Okay, they're attacking, and it's only on a 45-second cooldown, so you will have it up every time you're fighting. 40% attack speed reduction is massive. If you pair this with Spectral, that's 65% attack speed reduction on an ADC. So if you're having problems with ADCs, this item should fully make them unable to kill you and unable to play the game. Absolutely. Like it's pretty ridiculous. Other items that we have to talk about. Divine Ruin got completely changed. It dropped 20 int. It gained old passive from Smite 1, where you hit an ability on a god, it bounces, it hits that god and every god around them. It bounces around a chain lightning, doing 40 damage plus 7.5% of your intelligence. Late game, this hits really hard. I have a feeling this item will become just meta in most builds. I don't know if this is the same scaling as Smite 1. If it is, this item will be meta. In Smite 1, you went this regardless of them going healing. And then on top of it, we are in a meta where healing is busted. It's very, very strong regardless of anti-heal. They also changed Brawler's Ruin, the strength version of Divine, but they gave it old passive from Smite 1, except for it's an aura around you. So the way it works, you lost 15 damage or strength, by the way. The way this works is if you kill a god or get an assist on a god, you have a circle around you, it follows you, and it gives everyone inside the circle bonus strength and intelligence. I think this item sucks. I hate it. I hate this passive. I've always thought it's bad because I feel like killing somebody to get a passive is weird because your whole goal is to just kill that first person, then usually you snowball through. I'm not saying it's worthless. I'm just saying I don't like it and I don't think it's strong. I do think Divine Ruin is OP now. They also changed the aura anti-heal of Runis to work at range. So it's max of 75%, or sorry, 50% anti-heal, I think. Is it 50? No, it's 75, right? I don't know. Runisong, it's more, if you're close to them, it's more anti-heal. If you're farther away, it's only 40. That's how it's going to work, I think. I guess. Or is it? I'm just confused. Is it 60? Is it 20, 40, 60? And 20 is the bottom, 60 is the high? I assume? This is weird. I don't know. We'll see when we're actually playing the game. They messed with some gods, too. Sobek got a slight nerf, doesn't matter. Soul got a slight buff. Or sorry, nerf, which I thought was weird. Raki got a nerf. Awilix got super nerfed. Aladdin got a big nerf to his one. Awilix got nerfed on every ability and passive. Pretty crazy, to be honest. Merlin got a shift where his ult has a longer cooldown, but his abilities hit a little bit harder now. They buffed Yamoja's aspect, I believe. The two? No, sorry. They buffed the two in non-aspect, so you heal for more. A lot more. I think Yamoja non-aspect support is going to be super strong now. They kind of buffed Nuwa 2-1 or 2-3. They buffed Loki's 1 a little bit. Hunbat's aspect gained a little bit of damage back. Not really sold on that one. CERN got a buff because he's underplayed. They buffed his 3's early game damage. So now the aspect will be really, really strong, basically, for jungling, which is cool. I like the idea. And then Baron got a buff. They lowered the cooldown and upped the damage a little bit of the ultimate. Baron kind of sucks as well. Those are big, awesome, cool. The real kickers are outside of the new 5 tank items is Apollo and Apollo Aspect coming. Like I said, I played the PTS the whole night, just playing Apollo and Apollo Aspect over and over again. They're fun. Base Apollo is normal Apollo, except for you can carry 1 or 2 teammates in your chariot. That sounds broken. And trust me, when they were talking about it, I was like, this is going to be OP. Team fights are going to be crazy in that person's advantage. Team fight rotations are going to be insane. Split pushing is going to be crazy. Then I played it, and I used a full bar of mana. I put 2 people in my chariot in the base, in the well, and I flew out of base, and I made it in a straight line. I flew straight to the dual lane, and I didn't make it to the purple. I ran out of mana right before the purple buff. On my purple buff. Like, I didn't even get through my whole jungle before I was out of mana. It's a lot more mana. I don't know if it was bugged, but it was a lot more mana with 2 people in it, like a ton more mana with 2 people in it than with just 1 person in it. With 1 person, you could kind of fly around a good amount. If it was just you, you were pretty solid to fly wherever you wanted. That's the +1 on Apollo. It's really not crazy. I do think Apollo will be very good in the meta for 2 reasons. He's kind of safe. His mez is very strong for peeling, and then he has a dash. Awesome. Also has his ult to get out of tons of fights. His clear is going to be good. It pretty much will work the same as Smite 1. The thing that really worries me is PvEing is super strong in Smite too. Like, just split pushing and doing objectives the whole game is very strong, and Apollo is a very good god to do that. It's an auto attack god. Auto attack gods do well at pushing towers, obviously, and killing objectives. He's got an ult move around the map. It's gonna be a problem if people are trying to exploit it. That's what I'm worried about. Then we get to the aspect. The aspect is weird. They talked about the aspect and I was like, this sounds kind of cool, but is it good? It's supposed to be a support aspect. You completely change the way your kit works. Your passive is no longer attack speed. Your passive gives you a reset on your 1. So if you stack up to 10 times, you get a second 1. And then if you keep stacking without using that, so you have your base 1, you have a second 1, like I'm talking about your 1 ability, your damage. You can then stack your passive back up to 10 and it won't go past 10. And you can basically 1, 1, 1. You can have 3 of your 1 ready to go. Your 1 scales off of HP, which makes it supporty weird. It also gives your teammates attack speed. Not a lot, just a little bit, but it's a really cool kit to just spam your 1 over and over again. Your 2 shields your teammates, which is awesome. I mean, realistically, it's awesome. Your 3 is the same, your ult's the same. It's fun. I ran it in the jungle with a 5500 HP build and I was doing a ton of damage. It was awesome. Then I ran it in support. It's like a supporty build, a little bit of HP. It was also fun. I don't know how good it was. And then I also ran it, I don't know if I played solo. I ran it somewhere else where I won a lot of HP again. And it was just very, very consistent to play. I don't know that it'll be a top support. I don't know if it'll be a solo later. I doubt you'll run it in the jungle other than for fun, but it was enjoyable. It felt very fluid, like just a fun aspect that actually felt good to play regardless of it actually being a strong aspect or not. Up to you to try it out. I don't know. I'll probably end up playing it a few times. I don't think it'll be something I spam. But if you get like an HP build to like 7k HP, it could go kind of crazy because my 1 scaling was hitting harder than the base number. So the HP was giving me more damage on my 1 than the base. So it was like 220 base, I think. And then the aspect was giving my 1, the HP was giving my 1 like another 280. So it's for like 500. So I was like 1-1-1ing. It was fun. Definitely worth trying. I did play Scylla. Scylla doesn't come out for 2 weeks. She is going to be strong. Very strong. She has the exact same numbers as Smite 1, meaning she hits hard, but gods in Smite 2 are tankier. So she doesn't actually hit as hard as Smite 1. It's close. We'll talk about it more once we get closer to her release. She was very, very fun to play. This patch, though, Apollo aspect comes out a week after the base. Apollo is going to be seen a lot. I don't know that he'll be a top ADC against his competitors because gods kind of can match up well in him. Like Cupid does well into him. Bari will have a good matchup in him. Aspect Agni will probably cook him, and they still didn't nerf that, which I think is insane, by the way. Like that aspect is almost guaranteed wins if you're a solid player. It kills everything and it's hard to deal with. Besides the point. I think that's it for the patch. I don't know what the support build will look like with the new items. I'm gonna be honest. I have a feeling that you'll end up wanting to go into the HP draconic, I think is what it's called. Draconic scale. I think that item is going to be very, very good for you late game, and it's probably going to be what you see the most of. I don't know about the others. Like if you want cooldown, you can force Freya's Tears. Dwarven, I think is going to be more of a solo lane thing. That's my guess. But draconic felt great to build when I ran it. So for support builds, I bet you try Contagion and you don't like it, you stick with Thebes, and then you look at building the draconic scale later into the game, your 4th, 5th, 6th item. It might be better 4th for supports because it's hard to finish full build, and then solos it might be better 5th, maybe 6th, but 6 might be pushing it. We'll see what the support mains and the solo mains are doing. Definitely start building tank again if you're a tank player, because this whole thing was, they literally inserted 5 brand new tank items in like 2 weeks, and they were like, here you go, find something that fits your playstyle and the way you want to be tanky. Good luck. If you can't figure it out with this, you might just be chalked. You might not be a tank player the way you think you are. I don't know what to say. So that's the patch. I'm excited for it. This is a good building block patch to me. I think the Scylla patch is going to be a big like hitter slam content patch, I'm hoping. The fact that they give tanks 5 new items, I'm wondering what they're going to do for other items. And then the idea around Contagions active is actually fun. So I hope they do more of that. Hopefully this video helps you. Hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. I will see you in the video later tomorrow, the next day, and the next day.